สวัสดีค่ะ Hi everyone, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna learn about the word Greng Jai, how to actually use this word in a sentence or conversation. Last time we learned about how to describe someone as being Greng Jai or not Greng Jai or Mâi Bpen Rai, right? But today I'm gonna teach you the nuances of this word when it actually said explicitly by Thai people. And I'm gonna also give you some tips how you can tell when a Thai say no thank you if they actually mean it or not. Okay, so stay tuned to the end. But before we get right to that, I just want to introduce you to two phrases in Thai, which are Mâi Bpen Rai and à-rai ก็ได้ Mâi Bpen Rai, you probably heard this word before, right? Mâi Bpen Rai is equivalent to no worries, no problem, that's okay, never mind. I personally don't feel that Mâi Bpen Rai can actually be translated into you're welcome in English. So Mâi Bpen Rai could be no problem, right? But you're welcome, we don't really have you're welcome in Thai. The closest one would be is my pleasure, which is ยินดีค่ะ or ยินดีครับ right? ยินดีค่ะ or ยินดีครับ So usually Mâi Bpen Rai is a common response to thanks from the other person, but you might hear the word Mâi Bpen Rai a lot in the Thai context. Apart from being a response to acknowledge the thanks, right? We also use this word in the context of Greng Jai. Another phrase that I want you to learn is อะไรก็ได้ อะไรก็ได้ อะไร means what. อะไรก็ได้ is whatever. So when you say this phrase to the other person, it means whatever, or it depends on you, or up to you, or your choice, or you can pick. So these two phrases, Mâi Bpen Rai and อะไรก็ได้ are used a lot in the context of Greng Jai. So I would like to give you a variety of scenarios for you to differentiate the nuances of the phrase Mâi Bpen Rai in Thai, okay? I'm gonna start with the first one. Let's say you go out with a senior and she or he insists on paying for the bill. So in Thai culture, we have seniority system, right, where seniors take care of the younger. Usually seniors will always offer to pay, and the younger usually say ไม่เป็นไรค่ะเกรงใจ or ไม่เป็นไรครับเกรงใจ ไม่เป็นไร and เกรงใจ are used here. So เกรงใจ, like the actual word, okay, is used in this phrase or sentence. ไม่เป็นไรค่ะเกรงใจ or ไม่เป็นไรครับGreng Jai. So we say this out of manner, right? We say it just to show that we don't feel entitled to the offer or to the fact that, the senior will always have to pay or offer to pay. So this is not a firm no, right? It's like, we say it just to show or come across as not being entitled to the offer, even though it's a common practice for, a senior to pay for the bill when they go out with the younger people. So now let's move on to the next scenario where you're on a date with a Thai girl, okay? And then the bill comes and you want to pay for the meal and she says ไม่เป็นไรเกรงใจ or ไม่เป็นไรค่ะ and come across as เกรงใจ, okay? It could mean that she's not interested to see you again and doesn't want to feel like she owes you anything. Or it could mean that she doesn't feel entitled or doesn't want to come across as being entitled to the fact that the guy, will always have to pay for the meal. If you ask me how would you know for sure, well, just ask her out again and you will know for sure. If she says yes, then you can try to treat her next time. If she says no, then it means she's not interested, and yeah, that ไม่เป็นไร would mean ไม่เป็นไร like a firm no. So another example that I want to give you has a lot to do with the fact that Thai culture is a high context culture. In a high context culture, people don't say stuff explicitly and you have to always assume based on the cultural context for the message intended. I'll give you examples and you will understand what I mean. So let's say you want to give a ride to someone and she says no thank you, as in ไม่เป็นไรเกรงใจ or ไม่เป็นไรค่ะ So how would you know for sure if she actually means no, right? She will mean no for sure if she already had arranged, a ride. For example, like someone is picking her up. In that case, it means no, it's a firm no. But if it's raining crazy, it's pouring out, and there are no caps, and she still says ไม่เป็นไรเกรงใจ right? In that case, she actually doesn't mean no, okay? She actually means yes, please, but she feels เกรงใจ so she doesn't want to say it out loud that she needs a ride home. I mean, it's interesting that people will keep saying เกรงใจ เกรงใจ when actually they need help, right? And sometimes I feel like, okay, we actually need to say yes sometimes too. I know why it's so complicated. Personally, when I need help, I just say yes, please, right? Let's say it is pouring out and someone offers me a ride, I'd be like, yeah, please. Like, it would be nice, right? I wouldn't say ไม่เป็นไร because if the person changes their mind and not gonna drive me home, I'm gonna be stuck. And the last example of the phrase ไม่เป็นไร that I want to give you today is when you go to a shop and buy something from a vendor. The conversation between you and vendor is pretty much, clearer than other kind of communications because we don't really have personal relationship with them. And so when you say no to them, you actually mean no. For example, if the vendor asks you if you want a plastic bag and you said ไม่เป็นไร okay ไม่เป็นไรรับถุงไหมคะรับถุงไหมครับรับ means would you like ถุง is bag รับถุง okay usually ถุง means ถุง plastic รับถุงไหมคะ okay would you like plastic bag usually when you say no right they take it as a no they're not gonna assume that you feel เกรงใจ or anything like that so the communication between vendors and buyers is pretty direct and nothing complicated. So that's firm no. And now we're gonna move on to อะไรก็ได้ okay อะไรก็ได้ or whatever in English or up to you depends on you you pick. So the phrase อะไรก็ได้ is used a lot in the context of เกรงใจ. When we say อะไรก็ได้ we actually allow the other person to choose. We give the other person, the opportunity to choose, even though we want to choose or we want to make a decision. If you ask me why, well, it boils down to collectivistic culture. We put the other person's needs before ours. If you want to encourage the other person to actually make a decision or pick something for you or for you guys, just say this phrase ไม่ต้องเกรงใจไม่ต้องเกรงใจไม่ต้อง means no need ไม่ต้องเกรงใจ no need to feel เกรงใจ so let's say you go to a restaurant and your friend cannot really choose anything right because the other person feels เกรงใจ and she or he just keeps saying อะไรก็ได้อะไรก็ได้ครับอะไรก็ได้ค่ะ you can say it's okay ไม่ต้องเกรงใจไม่ต้องเกรงใจ you can pick whatever you want ไม่ต้องเกรงใจ and that phrase ไม่ต้องเกรงใจ will automatically make the other person feel more comfortable to actually make a decision or choose for you or for the two of you. And that wraps up our session for today. I hope you understand a little bit more how to use the word เกรงใจ in a sentence, including how to use ไม่เป็นไร and อะไรก็ได้ in the Thai context, okay? Alright, thank you very much. And if you have any questions at all, please leave them below. I'll see you guys again on Thursday. Bye! But today we're gonna learn more about it could mean that she's not interested to see you again and it should okay so this word อะไรก็ได้ is very so อะไรก็ได้